Are you a newbie entrepreneur, solopreneur, side hustler, or small business owner? Do you want to learn how to build, launch, and grow your very own personal freedom success system? Well, congrats, because that's exactly what our podcast teaches. Let's get to it. Good morning and welcome to this edition of Slow Money Blues. And I want to congratulate you for taking the first step to solving your slow money blues. My name is Doug, retired U.S. Marine and two-time combat veteran turned entrepreneur at your service. Today's episode is 606, Master Motivation. We are having just the time of our lives. Hopefully you are too. If you have any questions today, visit slowmoneyblues.com and click on ask or submit your questions on IG, Facebook, or Twitter using Slow Money Blues. Also, don't forget to follow, like, rate, and review. And what are we going to be talking about? 3 ways to harness your power. Did you do your homework? Hopefully you did. If you didn't, it's okay, because if you're tuning in and rocking with me live right now, guess what? You're doing your homework. Last week, we talked about say yes to no. I tell you, that was a dynamic episode. I want you to do me a huge favor. Get that out to your family, friends, co-workers, and loved ones. They have to begin to say yes to no. And as always, it's time to say our morning mantra. I state your full name, take 100% responsibility and accountability for my decisions and actions. I refuse to blame others. If I do, I give away all of my power, authority, and promises given to me by God. Now, of course, we changed up the show just a wee bit. If you want to find out any information about all of our great sponsors, go to slowmoneyblues.com/sponsors. You'll see linky.com, bignetdomain.com, and fastcashoutlet.com, and others and more are coming online soon. I'm super stoked about it. Can't wait to put that on the website so you guys can fully take advantage of that. Full disclosure, poll question for today. Do you have goals? One of the greatest boxers of all time is Marvelous Marvin Hagler. He fought only as a middleweight. His amateur record is 55-1. His professional record is 62-3-2. He reigned as the undisputed middleweight champion from 1980 to 1987, which is the second of all time. He was twice named Fighter of the Year by the Ring Magazine and the Boxing Writers Association of America, as well as Fighter of the Decade for the 80s by Boxing Illustrated magazine. Let's get personal. Marvelous Marvin Hagler, by all standards, was definitely a go-getter, not a go-sitter or a go-quitter. He received every imaginable boxing accolade. I almost forgot. He is in the International Boxing Hall of Fame and World Boxing Hall of Fame. What's your excuse? What are we talking about again today? 3 ways to harness your power. Point number 1. I know this is going to sound very simple, but it's very, very true. Set realistic goals. And let me elaborate a little bit. Sometimes I'm going to give you a visual. So I'm running a contest. It's all fictitious. So trust me, it's just an analogy. And the contest is I will pay you $1,000 if you can eat a chicken in one bite. That's unrealistic because I don't know of any human being that can eat a chicken in one bite. Now, an alligator, I believe, could eat a chicken in one bite. A hippopotamus could eat a chicken in one bite. A lion could eat a chicken in one bite. Now, a snake could eat a chicken in one bite, but human beings cannot eat a chicken in one bite. If they set that as a goal, I promise you, they would not be able to complete the goal because it's unrealistic. Or, for example, let's get back to some health stuff. Say you want to lose 100 pounds. I want to do it in a day. Unrealistic, not going to happen. Number 1, to harness your power, set realistic goals. Point number 2, set a deadline to complete the goals. If you have a goal, now let's talk about that weight thinking and say you want to lose weight and you say, okay, you don't want to lose 100 pounds, but let's just say you want to lose 20 pounds. And let's just say you weigh, say 80 pounds. So you want to get down to 160. I want to lose 20 pounds, but you don't set a deadline. Remember, you don't set a realistic deadline to complete the goal. The chance of you completing it is like none because you have a goal, but you don't have like a time to complete the goal, which means that it's not a goal at all. All goals always have a deadline to complete them. Other than that, they just are not. Now, sometimes in life, we have things where it's always like a continuous process improvement or just a continuum, right? So if you set a goal to eat healthy, you obviously want to you will want to alleviate or eliminate everything in your diet that's probably unhealthy. And you say, okay, I'm gonna give myself 4 months to lose 20 pounds, and that's going to be 4 pounds a month. That is a very, one, realistic goal, and two, it's a very doable goal because you can begin to tweak a lot of things. You can work out more and eat less, or continue to eat the same thing, but just work out a little bit more. And so this is what I'm talking about when we start talking about a goal. Now, going back to Marvelous Marvin Hagler, when I looked at his bio, I don't know if Marvelous Marvin Hagler had set out to accomplish all the things that he had. And interviewing and talking with several business owners and entrepreneurs, what I've discovered is that when they kind of look back over their body of work, I don't know if they really set out to do that. Like someone may say, I'm going to write a book. I don't know if they set out to be like a New York Times bestselling author. They said, I love acting. I don't know if their goal was ever to win an Academy Award or, win a Golden Globe Award. I don't know, or a Writers Guild. I don't know if that's what they set out to do. But because of their persistence and because of being relentless and because they wanted to harness their power, maybe those things did become goals after a while, particularly after they discover their tag, their talents and their abilities and their gifts. So point number one, set realistic goals. Point number two, set a deadline to complete the goals. Now, when you have goals where you're totally in charge of the goals, where in other words, there's not an outside influence that says, hey, look, for example, go back to the academy. That means that some other human beings are involved in you actually receiving this award, this acknowledgement, this accolade. So when I talk about realistic goals, these are goals whereby you are totally in control of them. For example, you say, okay, I'm a tennis player and it's my goal to play at the Olympic Games. If you're a tennis player and you only play singles, then guess what? That may be a very doable goal. The only thing about it is, guess what? You're going to have other people that may have the same goal. And if those people happen to be a little bit better than you, you may not reach your goal in the time frame in which you want to achieve it in, but it may be still yet a realistic goal. The last part of this, and I think all too often we do not do this when we're talking about harnessing our power. Point number one, set realistic goals. Point number two, set a deadline to complete the goals. And point number three, this is huge and you must do this. Celebrate after achieving the goals. No matter how large the celebration or how small the celebration, you must celebrate to do it. And let me explain to you why. Everything in life says that. In fact, this whole episode has really been moving towards the celebration after achieving the goal. Because this is the deal. If you said I'm going to do a lifestyle change and I'm going to use 20 pounds and I'm going to look amazing, you're going to be like, you're going to celebrate because chances are you're going to go out and you're going to have to buy some new clothes. Because if anybody loses 20 pounds, I promise you the clothes you're currently in, you will not be able to fit them. Okay. If just let's say you were an author and this is your 5th book and all of a sudden you hit the New York Times best-selling list after writing and publishing your 5th book, you're like, yay, you're going to go and celebrate. This is just a natural part of harnessing your power. You set realistic goals, you set a deadline to complete the goals, and then you celebrate after achieving the goals. You must do that. Real life story. My neighbor, how you doing, Miss Gloria? She saw me working out in my garage and I said, hey, look, you can come over and work out with, me and my sweetie pie. I don't mind. And she came over and then I was like, one day I was out walking, she was out walking. So I said, you know what? You should reward yourself because you've been doing a fantastic job. Man, I'm telling you what, she actually went and rewarded herself. She said, look, I'm going to go and get my hair done and get my nails done. I was like, okay, I didn't think she was doing it that day, but she did it that day. And that's what I'm talking about. And I was super happy for her because she's doing such an awesome job. And guess what? It shows, like it physically shows. I'm like, yay for Miss Gloria. What are our takeaways for today? Mastering motivation requires mastering the moment. Man, the only way that you literally can master the moment, knowing your purpose and then begin to practice that with just relentless passion, you will be able to master all types of moments. But guess what? In doing that, you'll continue to master motivation. So it won't be very hard for you to get up and do this thing that hopefully you love doing? And what is next week's homework? Great question. Tune in to next week's episode. Until next time, what I want you to do, I want you to continue to build, launch, and grow your very own personal freedom success system. And I won't see you at the top, but where would I see you? Whoop, over the top. Have an amazing day and the rest of your week. Bye. There are 5 things you can do if you love the show. 1, tell anyone suffering from SMB to tune into the live show each Tuesday from 9:30 to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube and Facebook. 2, follow, like, and share at Slow Money Blues on social media. 3, join our private Facebook group and get access to great resources. 4, subscribe, download, and rate the podcast. And 5, donate so we can keep bringing great content.